Utah County officials have officially charged Tyler Robinson, the suspected shooter of Charlie Kirk, with 7 criminal charges and have filed their notice of intent to seek the death penalty against Robinson. In Utah, the death penalty can be sought via lethal injection or firing squad. And today begins the criminal process against Robinson. There are 7 criminal charges filed. I want to walk you through the entire information, which is the charging document that was filed by the Utah County Attorney today, because it reveals some important details about the motive into essentially Kirk's shooting. So let's begin. The first charge is aggravated murder, which is the capital felony. The capital felony allows prosecutors to go after the death penalty in this case. The second charge is felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury. The third, obstruction of justice. Another one, obstruction of justice, which is the fourth. The fifth and sixth charges are tampering with a witness. And then the 7th charge is violent offense committed in the presence of a child. So that's essentially the 7 criminal charges. If he's convicted of the first one, he faces the death penalty or a life in prison without the possibility of parole. That's the headline. But under the charges, we have what is called a probable cause statement, which essentially is the Bureau of Investigations, the investigator in this case, whose name is Brian Davis. He wrote out exactly why he believes that there is probable cause that a crime was committed, that Tyler Robinson was the one who shot Charlie Kirk. So the probable cause statement begins by explaining kind of the background to the shooting, talks about how the timing of Charlie Kirk's death, 12:23 p.m. local time on September 10th, 2025. He talks about how police found the suspected weapon, which is a bolt-action .30-06 rifle nearby, and how over the next approximately 33 hours, police conducted a manhunt for the shooter until the evening of September 11th, when Tyler Robinson was surrendered to the police at the Washington County Sheriff's Office. The probable cause statement reveals that DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the trigger of the rifle. After the shooting, Robinson hid the gun, which is the subject of one of the obstruction charges, and discarded the clothing that he wore when he fired the rifle, which is the second obstruction charge. He also told his roommate, who was also his lover, according to the probable cause statement, to delete incriminating text messages, not to talk to the police. Those were the essentially counts 5 and 6, the tampering of the witness charge. So we know what happened with the Kirk shooting. That's what began this probable cause statement, that essentially this event was announced, that Kirk was shot, etc. It's pretty clear what happened. But the important part of this probable cause statement is a couple things. The first was that we finally have in detail what the cartridges say of the bullets that were used by Robinson. The first cartridge was No Tice's Bulge, OWO, what's this? Second cartridge, Hey Fascist, Catch, and then arrow symbols. The third cartridge, Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow. And the fourth cartridge, If you read this, you are gay, LMAO. The rifle, the ammunition rounds, and the towel was sent for forensic processing, and DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the trigger. Now, here's where I want to kind of dig a little deeper, because there's an important part of this probable cause statement that deals with the roommate that has been the subject of much news over the past several days. The roommate of Tyler Robinson is a transgender individual. That is confirmed by police. According to the probable cause statement, police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting and provided those messages to police. On September 10th, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, quote, "Drop what you are doing, look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note. The note said, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." They found a photograph of the note, not the note itself. Then there was a text exchange. The roommate immediately texted Robinson, essentially. "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson, I'm still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can return home. But I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. The roommate. You weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson. I am. I'm sorry. Admitting to the shooting. The roommate. I thought they caught the person. Robinson. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from the drop point shortly after, but most of the side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate. Why? Robinson. Why did I do it? Roommate. Yeah. Robinson. I had enough of this hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about finding them yet. Roommate. How long have you been planning this? Robinson. A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson then texted again. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. I don't even know if it had a serial number. Roommate Robinson then goes and says, delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has it. The feds released a photo of the rifle and it is unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. So that is a text exchange, which is pretty stunning between the roommate and Robinson, but it dispels a couple of things. First, it dispels the fact that the roommate, who was trans, was the motivation behind the shooting. There is no evidence in this probable cause statement to suggest that the motive was because the roommate was trans or really had anything to do with LGBTQ rights or LGBTQ politics. The statement between the roommate and Robinson confirmed that Robinson's father was diehard MAGA. The bullet shell casings, we know, are likely from a video game online. Robinson, in the probable cause statement, essentially allegedly boasted about the fact that Fox News would have to run with a meme, essentially, when talking about the shell casings. It was a memification of what Robinson wanted, a memification of the shooting. What this probable cause statement points to is more of some kind of dark net, deep internet, Reddit culture, subreddit memification that led to the shooting. We obviously don't have any more information other than this. I don't want to speculate any further, but that is what I gather from this probable cause statement. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We're going to have several days and weeks of more information, and then obviously trial probably sometime next year or the year after. And when we get more information, I will let you know. Hey folks, Aaron Parnas here. Thank you so much for watching The Parnas Perspective. Please consider subscribing to support our work as we grow this independent news media entity into something that rivals mainstream every single day. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.